Hello there, welcome to On the Beat, the podcast that uncovers full frontal male nudity in cinema. My name is Laura, and I am joined by my shipmate, Ryan.
Shipmate?
Yeah, because I like boats.
Right.
I am the son of a shipping mogul.
Well, maybe I'm Ryan, maybe I'm not Ryan.
Maybe you're
Maybe
not.
I'm nobody.
Maybe you're the talented Mr. Ryan, because we are covering the 1999 psychological thriller, The Talented Mr. Ripley. Leave it, just leave it. Don't make fun of me.
No, it's okay, it's fine.
I'm doing my best.
Yeah, carry on.
The Talented Mr. Ryan.
Awful segue. The Talented Mr. Ryan.
Well, Ripley, Ryan, R.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Thank
it's
you.
Okay. That's all right. We'll just
Grazie.
we're gonna pass it over. Pass it over.
Directed by Anthony Minghella, starring a gorgeous cast of the late 90s, including Matt Damon, Gwyneth Paltrow, Jude Law, Cate Blanchett, Philip Seymour Hoffman, and Jack Davenport.
Matt Damon.
What a bunch of beauties.
Well, he's very good in this.
Oh,
well,
he's
yeah,
great.
this is peak. This is a peak of this time. This is Miramax. This is Miramax before we knew all the horrible things about it. I think they obviously had a hand in it. It was Miramax International with Paramount Pictures, but yes. Because that's the thing, Anthony Minghella was basically the flagship director for Miramax because he hit it big with The English Patient. Like, The English Patient was the flagship film that basically skyrocketed Miramax to what it finally became.
I want to hear more about the things that he directed, which is not enough, unfortunately, but I'm going to give you the synopsis that I pulled from Letterboxd.
Well, he died way too young.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what happened there.
Okay. Tom Ripley is a calculating young man who believes it's better to be a fake somebody than a real nobody. Opportunity knocks in the form of a wealthy U.S. shipbuilder who hires Tom to travel to Italy to bring back his playboy son, Dickie. Ripley worms his way into the idyllic lives of Dickie and his girlfriend, plunging into a daring scheme of duplicity, lies, and murder.
Yeah. It's a real twister, this one. Yeah.
The tagline of the movie is, "How far would you go to become someone else?"
Yeah, that's a really famous tagline. So Anthony Minghella, he's a British film director, he's a playwright and a screenwriter. He was boardman of the chair of governors at the BFI between 2003 and 2007. He's been lauded a fair amount of times. He had the Best Director Oscar for The English Patient. He had 3 more nominations for screenplay for The Talented Mr. Ripley and The English Patient, and he won Best Picture as producer for The Reader, that Nazi movie. But that's a good movie. That's a good movie. I like that one.
Yeah, Kate Winslet.
Yeah, with Kate Winslet, who's like the one with the dark past. But yeah, his filmography is quite small. And we'll get through it relatively quite quickly. But yes, it starts in 1978 with a little like drowning. It goes back to Truly, Madly, Deeply into 1990. Mr. Wonderful from 93, The English Patient in 96, The Talented Mr. Ripley in 1999, Cold Mountain in 2003, and then Breaking Entering in 2008. But he wrote 9, which was that musical that Rob Marshall directed eventually in 2009. And he's commemorated for that in his honor because he did pass away in 2008. But his legacy does live on. His son Max was in The Social Network. That's Max Minghella. He's like the consort to the twins in that movie, if that's what we would call him. And his brother Dominic created Robin Hood for the BBC and Doc Martin, which is that very quaint show with Martin Clunes, which I quite enjoyed watching back in the day. But thing is, a very short, a very small body of work, but none would say that like it's pretty good. I mean, unless you don't really like Cold Mountain. I don't think Cold Mountain's that good. But other than that, I mean, he has 2 big hitters with The English Patient and The Talented Mr. Ripley. So
if anyone out there has not seen Truly Madly Deeply yet, it has Juliet Stevenson and Alan Rickman with an incredible mustache. It is such a dark and funny movie, and it's not easy to find, but it's incredible. I remember watching it with a friend on a road trip in Scotland, and we rented a little caravan, and I have to watch movies all the time, obviously, and it was on my computer, and we watched it in the rain on a mountain in Scotland on my computer, and we had a great time.
Is it as good as the movie where Gary Oldman plays the dwarf brother to Peter Dinklage?
Okay, it's not. Okay, Tiptoes is a very different movie. It's not the same because Alan Rickman is a shitty ghost in Truly Madly Deeply. It's very, very funny. Tiptoes a line between being funny and being really, really tragic. And its tone is all over the place, but it's incredible anyway.
I didn't expect to get like a legitimate answer out of you.
Pardon.
Because really that was going to be my thing is it as good as Tiptoes?
Is anything as good as Tiptoes?
Is anything as good as Tiptoes?
No.
And sometimes
Tiptoes
that's
is
going to
the
be
bar.
that's going to be a really difficult question for people to answer.
That's going to be that should be the end of every podcast now.
Yeah.
So, what's your rating? Is it better than Tiptoes?
Is it better than Tiptoes? How does this rate on the scale of Tiptoes?
We're going to find out if I remember to bring it up again at the end of this episode.
Here we go. Is it better than Tiptoes? So here we are.
So this film is based on the 1955 Patricia Highsmith novel. It is the first of what some people call the Ripliad. So
Jesus.
The
right,
Talented
okay.
Mr. Ripley is the first.
The anthology. The Riptology.
They call it the Ripliad, okay.
I know. I just thought that. I like the
You're gonna riff on the Ripley.
I'm allowed to fucking riff. It's my goddamn
Let's
podcast.
rip. Let's rip and riff.
Ripping and tearing.
No.
Yeah, oh.
The first of the Ripley novels was followed by Ripley Underground in 1970, Ripley's Game in 1974, The Boy Who Followed Ripley in 1980, and Ripley Underwater in 1991. Now, three of these books have been adapted into films. Obviously, The Talented Mr. Ripley, which was first adapted into Purple Noon, which was, I think, 1960. Excellent. Absolutely excellent movie. And Ripley Underground and Ripley's Game are like... Ripley's Game is actually a movie with John Malkovich in it, but Ripley Underground and Ripley's Game were both kind of made into the movie The American Friend that was directed by Wim Wenders, which is really freaking good. So she has so many of her novels that were adapted into films, and reading about her is absolutely insane. She tells people, well, before she passed away, that when her mother was pregnant with her, she tried to abort the pregnancy by drinking turpentine.
Kind of feel like maybe my mother did that. That's why I turned out the way I am now.
Precious? Yeah.
Well, I would say broken,
you
but
definitely.
yes.
Well, okay.
I mean, this is not a visual medium, so you don't get to see my third eye.
Let's see how many...
And the finger that's growing out of my nipple.
Let's see how many similarities we can get between you and Patricia Highsmith. I have many things I wanted to say about her.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see if am I as bad as Patricia Highsmith?
Let's see. By middle age, she was an alcoholic who drank from morning to night, smoked 40 cigarettes a day, and rarely ate a fruit or vegetable.
I mean, I'm close.
Okay.
I'm really close, certainly with the fruits and the vegetables. But I do like fruits and vegetables. I just don't find... Well, until I went to the doctor and I found out that I'm clinically a fat fuck. Like, now obviously, I have to reintroduce myself to food that is not obviously processed and fried. As for the alcoholism and the smoking, I tapered that down, though, you know? I was back in the day. I was a live fast, die young sort of personality because I was from Scotland. So, you know, I didn't really have anything to live for.
And now you do.
Unfortunately, now I am paying the price, the heavy price of my youth. So yes, I guess that there is something a little bit more to live for now. All those hopes and dreams. Anyway, carry on, Laura.
Patricia Highsmith was also a lesbian who was reportedly
I like women.
a racist
Okay.
and
Hopes.
and a misanthrope,
Okay.
which I think you
Well,
also
remind me what a misanthrope is.
someone that just hates people.
I mean, that's not hard for me. Because the thing is, you said misanthrope, and then all I heard in my head was lycanthrope, which
Oh, that'd be fascinating.
if she was a fucking werewolf,
Yeah.
she was an alcoholic during the day, werewolf at night.
Alcoholic,
Yeah.
racist werewolf.
Yeah. Yeah.
You learn something new every day.
Well, she's racist. Was she white?
Yes.
Right, okay. Well, I mean, to be fair, I've been having this conversation a fair amount now, obviously now that I'm American, like it's bred into white people that they are a little bit racist, I feel.
She was a bit of a racist and an
Just a little bit of a
anti-Semite.
racist. Right,
Okay.
Jesus, she's got some. When was she born?
Texas.
No, when?
When? Oh, in
Aye.
the 20s?
Okay.
1920s?
Well, not everyone who was born in the 1920s is a racist.
But it's interesting about her because she was a constant contradiction. So although she was a racist and she was, I don't want to get into politics and stuff, but she would support certain causes, but then also say terrible things about the people. So it was just kind of confusing how she acted. And people would say about her that she just liked to cause a stir.
That's kind of like what they say about Mother Teresa, though.
Oh.
Because, like, Mother Teresa is known for doing an awful lot of good, but she's also known for being horrid and doing some pretty nasty things. So that's kind of where I draw the line. It's just, here's the thing, it's like Mahatma Gandhi. It's like, oh my God, like Gandhi's beautiful, right? But I bet once in a while he's had no issue like swatting a fly out of the sky and not caring.
Who was
about
that?
it.
Was it Gandhi that kissed that little boy on the lips? Or made him kiss his tongue? Who was that?
Gandhi? No,
Yeah.
that was the fucking Dalai Lama.
Dalai Lama.
Yeah, no, that wasn't Gandhi. No,
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. The
No.
time-wise.
No.
That
What,
makes
you think they would have put that, Richard Attenborough would have put that in the fucking movie? And then Ben Kingsley sticks his tongue out, and it's like, no, I'm not dealing with this.
Well, maybe...
Do you think Richard Attenborough would have spent almost nearly 20 years trying to make that movie if that was what was going on? Yeah, no, thank you.
Thank you for keeping me in check.
No, that's fine. I am always here to correct you on these horrible, horrible things that happen in the world. So
Patricia Highsmith kept snails as pets and
that's
would
perfectly okay. That's not weird.
would bring them to dinner parties and let them wander around.
Okay. I mean, okay.
One
Are they
time,
like giant snails? Like those really big ones?
unsure, but she had a really big fascination with snails and their sexuality. And I cannot elaborate on that.
You know snails have like 5 assholes?
Well, maybe you can elaborate on the sexuality of snails then.
Well, I don't really know. I thought snails were kind of what's that word you would use? They have like they have multiple organs. I don't know if snails are. I thought snails were sexless.
I don't know, but I know that Patricia was very fond of them.
She's kind of, yeah, I do understand that she's kind of like a walking contradiction, though.
Yes.
Like a lot of the things that she's saying and doing are contradicted by, I guess, being relatively quite hateful. But she doesn't seem to be a fan of people. I don't know if she's racist, because if she doesn't like people, then she's going to pick out certain traits about certain individuals that she finds to be unsavory, and I guess that kind of comes across as racism.
Well, and I also mentioned that she was a lesbian, but she also had relationships with men, but she called having relationships with men, she described it as being scoured with like a bristly brush. She just hated and she wanted to vomit.
Okay.
So, maybe she was bisexual, but she preferred the company of women, yet also kind of hated women at the same time. She was a bit of a misogynist.
Okay. All right. I mean,
okay, snails, by the way, are hermaphrodites.
yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
So they
Yeah.
have both male and female reproductive
Here's the thing, like
organs.
in a world where we are surrounded by pieces of infinite knowledge, the two pieces of information I seem to know quite consistently are that snails have both organs and that sharks also have two penises. How do I know that stuff? Like, couldn't I not have been a brain surgeon instead of doing this? Like, I could have just done that. I feel like I'm completely wasted my brain power on movies.
When snails copulate, two penises enter two vaginal tracts.
It's because they have multiple holes. I told you this. Oh my god, I know far too much about snails. I really do.
Well, see, there's another thing that you and Patricia have in common. Another thing that she did.
I don't know if I like this comparison, though.
Well,
I feel like
you started it. So
Yeah, I
one
did.
time, apparently, she set her hair on fire at a dinner party for laughs. And another time, she had some friends staying at her place, and she threw a dead rat into their bedroom for fun.
Okay. She sounds like she's maybe eccentric, or she's got some undiagnosed mental health issues.
Yes. Well, she
So-
was clinically depressed,
Yeah, I mean that's what it sounds
and she
like.
blames her mother for it.
God, right, okay, well, got another. Right, okay. Did you just make that up?
I
or-
did not make that up.
Oh, okay.
I did not.
Fuck.
There we go.
All right, okay. Well, there you go. I thought
The
this was going to be a
talented-
fun episode. Yeah, the talented Mr. Cunt. Yes. Yeah.
I have stuff about the film now. Now I think I'm going to read a biography or watch some documentaries on Patricia. I am fascinated.
She sounds very interesting. If, I mean, I didn't.
A prolific writer. She wrote comic books when she first started out.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
Yeah.
Okay. I can talk about the movie now.
I think we
Not about the
should-
film. I have more stuff to talk about.
Yeah, no, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
You ready?
Okay. Yeah, I guess so. Hopefully it moves away from me being compared to
Yes.
a racist misogynist who
Absolutely.
like to beat cats and throw dead rats into people's bedrooms.
Oh, I didn't tell the cat thing.
Yeah, well, you told me the cat thing before, where she had like
Another
put cats
thing
in a
she
bag.
would do
Yeah.
would put her own cats in a bag and swing them around for laughs. But she was a big animal lover, so another contradiction. She was also seen kicking a neighbor's dog,
Yeah,
but she hated violence against animals. Curious,
curiouser and curiouser.
indeed. Leonardo DiCaprio turned down the role of Tom Ripley, and Matt Damon was very anxious to do it.
I mean, I think that's good. I think Leonardo DiCaprio, when he was younger, is a little bit intolerable.
And he just had that forever young look for quite some time until his head got bigger.
Yeah, his head just had to get bigger. That's all that was all really the big issue is. He's fine in films, I think, now. Like I think the minute he's kind of grown into himself a little bit more. But when I don't really like him in Romeo and Juliet, and I don't really like him in I like him in Gilbert Grape.
Okay.
And I like him in Basketball Diaries. But there's some other things where I kind of find him slightly annoying. I find him annoying in Titanic. That's definitely
Well,
something
yeah,
where I don't.
he's a
I
bit
don't-
annoying in Titanic, but he's great in Titanic. He's
good,
great
yeah,
in
he's
Romeo
annoying.
and Juliet. This Boy's Life. I had a huge crush on Leonardo DiCaprio, as did everyone of my age range.
He was not someone I would have been like. He was not like a pick of someone that I'd be like, wow, that's a draw to the cinema. No, it was something that irritated me
Oh,
about
there's
him.
that movie that he's in that he gets naked in we haven't done yet with David Thewlis. Shit, what's that movie called? Anyway, we'll do it one of these days.
Yeah, we'll cover it.
Another one that's kind of tough to find, but my penis journey started really young, where I was.
Yeah. This is
Making notes.
revelations. Every minute, every day's a school day.
Minghella had seen Good Will Hunting, obviously, and they won the Oscar for that, and thought that Matt Damon had enough credibility, warmth, and generosity, quote, to play Ripley.
Yeah, he's very good in this. He's very good in this.
Which is interesting because he was not nominated at all. He was not nominated for anything, but Jude Law was nominated for Best Supporting Actor during several different types of award shows. So,
yeah. I mean, it might just not have... you know what these award ceremonies and stuff are like. They might have felt like it's not his time,
Like we can't give him another one straight away.
Yeah, we gave them one for their script for Good Will Hunting, but we're gonna hold off for just now. Yeah, but he's done some fairly impressive things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I really like him in The Martian.
Yeah, you like The Martian.
I love The Martian. So, I'm into that, and I like how much of a horrible coward he is in Interstellar. I like him in a space movie. Let's put it that way. I like him when they put him in space.
Matt Damon lost 30 pounds to play this role, which I think is crazy, and learned to play the piano. He also sings. It's him singing in this motion picture.
Okay, well, he's showing off.
Jude Law obviously is in this film. This is his next film after The Wisdom of Crocodiles, where he also goes full frontal in that motion picture. But he gained weight for this and worked out because he thought that playing an American, he goes, well, Americans play a lot more sports, so I need to bulk up, which is funny to me.
I mean, it's because in American schools, almost sports is mandatory.
That is true.
So it's kind of just like, which I think is one of the few good things about...
You didn't have like a physical exercise course during school? You had
physical education, but once you got out of the first 2 years of high school, you didn't have to do it.
Huh.
It wasn't mandatory.
I don't know if we had to either, but from when you start going to school through... God, I actually can't remember high school.
Well, I think it's more encouraged here. So it's like you would maybe join the football team. You would join this team if you were slightly, because
you could pick what you did. Like in high school, I did weightlifting.
Because it's like it would go towards your credits, like collegiate credits. Like it would look good if you wanted to go into higher education, like further education, basically. At least here, like it would look good. There, like it's more about your standards, like your grades and things, like back in the UK. But you're not really encouraged in the UK to take up sports. I mean, I was I was physical, I suppose, but I didn't really do sports at school. They had like running and all that sort of thing. Like I tried, but I never did anything. I used to play football an awful lot, but I didn't really do it with the school too much.
Interesting.
Yeah, but it's more, like I say, it's more encouraged here. It's like it's an outlet. It's like if you're not particularly educationally minded here, you can still go to university if you're good at sports. You know what I mean?
If you're very good at sports.
Yes. And necessarily, if you're not particularly smart or, let's just say, educationally minded, you can excel at sports and still get an education, which I think is good here. So that's my only kind of thing about that.
Excellent. Cate Blanchett's character, Meredith Logue, was not in the novel, but was added by Minghella because he wrote the screenplay, adapted the screenplay. And after Cate Blanchett expressed interest in doing the role, Minghella said he was entranced by her and added more scenes with her in it.
Interesting.
I think her role makes sense in terms of the story.
Yeah, because it adds another layer of... because, I mean, effectively, Tom Ripley, during the course of the entire story, is just trying to maintain this ruse, and it is forever being disrupted. So, yeah, it's like it's never standard. There's never any calming moment in the film at all. Like, it's very...
tense.
It's very tense, yeah. Certainly when people start to show up, and it's like, oh, wow, he's then...
Like, who is he? Who am I here?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Because he's playing two people, obviously. He's playing himself, plus he's also pretending to be Dickie. So, you know.
Yeah. Anne Roth, who was one half of the costume design team on this film, she's won 2 Academy Awards. She worked with Minghella before on The English Patient. And she also won an award for costume design for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. She also won a couple of BAFTAs. She was nominated for this film. And I liked that I noticed her because she is in the Barbie movie.
Okay.
So the costume designer for the talented Mr. Ripley is in Barbie. If you remember when Barbie goes to California and she's sitting on that bench and she looks over at this older woman, she's like, "You're so beautiful," and then cries.
Oh, okay.
That's Anne Roth, the costume designer of this film.
Huh. Interesting.
Thank you.
Very
I
interesting.
went deep.
You did go deep. Yeah, that's a big deep cut. Yeah.
And in terms of filming locations, they shot in New York, Montebello, Rome, Sicily, and Naples. But because of the style they were looking for, which was, your 50s era Italy, they picked some streets that were hundreds of miles apart, making kind of a quick production schedule impossible. They used Rome as Naples and Sicily as Rome and vice versa. It was just all over the place. From shot to shot, you are in different parts of Italy.
Basically to avoid modernism, because a lot of Italy, obviously this is late 90s. Yeah, would it be modernized to quite a fair amount? So yeah, no, I mean it works.
Yeah.
It works.
And the weather was incredibly difficult, and Minghella did not like filming on boats, which he did a lot.
Yeah, well, it's he wrote it.
He did.
He did write it. So, sorry.
Now, it's only about half an hour in before the dick scene happens, and the only thing I wrote before that was Ripley's lime green trunks are amazing.
I also wrote that down because they were startling. I just don't understand why they picked lime green for his trunks.
I wonder if it was just to show the contrast between his skin and the trunks. Because that lime green and that pasty color of his skin, which he had to be covered in makeup to be that pasty.
Right.
It helps with the contrast. He was quite tan, the green would look good.
Well, I thought the green was like this sickly color that if he was trying to attract their attention, then that was at least something where you could look at it and you could be like, "Oh, geez." Like it's a conversation starter, those trunks.
That's true.
Which, if say like they were bright red or blue, might not seem too. It's an unconventional color.
Because a lot of the men on that beach were wearing little trunks like him.
Yeah, I mean it's very 1950s Italy. I mean that's just kind of how that is. I mean we've all seen "Call Me by Your Name." They got these all little tiny pants on. Yeah, I mean everything's. Yeah, I mean they're showing themselves off. But yeah, it was the fashion of the time, so I would understand that.
Should come back. More thighs.
I mean, I don't think it really left, did it?
Good. I want to see more thigh.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm just a skater boy. See you later, boy. Like that was why my thighs are not on display.
Well, times are a changing. We're gonna get you some of them short shorts.
Yeah, look at this fat fuck moving around in those tiny shorts. That's
Release
what they'll say.
the thighs. That's what I say. Now, do you want to talk about anything else before I get right into this penis scene?
No, because it's kind of like
it's pretty early on.
It's early on, and also like we're just going through the beats of the movie at that point. You know what I mean? And I kind of feel like this is very much a twisty-turny journey that I'm kind of just like, it needs to be experienced.
It's an interesting, almost, oh gosh, maybe like a power battle, this weird dynamic that's happening here, because you have Dickie who's taking Tom, which is this dorky, clueless man under his wing. Because when you have as Gwyneth Paltrow's character says, Marge says later in the film, when you have Dickie's attention, it's like the sun is shining on you. So Ripley has Dickie's attention, and it just feels wonderful. And at this point, Ripley's trying to maybe push the boundaries of their relationship, maybe see how far he can push things. And there's also a really beautiful, tangible kind of homoerotic attraction that's going on there. And I think partly it's on both sides, but it's mostly coming from Tom's side, in my opinion.
I think, like, if we kind of set the scene, Tom has seduced his way into these people's lives, and he's made an occupation of this kind of behavior where he kind of whittles his way into, say, like a rich person dynamic, and then he obviously becomes a leech on that, and he's conspiring within that relationship. So I feel like everything that he does is incredibly deliberate. So for him to come across as like the geeky,
stray cat.
Yeah, like from that, like I feel like that's a very deliberate thing that he's doing. So when he's like being incredibly like seductive, it's very homoerotic what's going on. And he's obviously trying to push a lot of Dickie's buttons.
Because he did his research even before he went to Italy.
Yeah, you see that in the opening credits. Yeah,
he learned things about Dickie, like the jazz, and he was memorizing things. He's constantly learning. Every single thing that Dickie does, he is remembering, because he says it right when he meets him.
Yeah.
That he does impersonations and he forges signatures, and that is his thing.
It's no coincidence. It's funny. Yeah, it's no coincidence that he ran into Dickie's father at that event playing the piano. He was there to say that there's a reason he's wearing that jacket from that university, even though he didn't go there. Like, everything he's doing is incredibly deliberate, and I think the film sets that up relatively quite well.
Yes.
If you're believing that Matt Damon as Tom Ripley is this person, it's basically like he's just continually wearing a mask, and you're kind of seeing this grand performance. And I feel like that's just who Thomas Ripley is, basically.
And by the way, this is 32 minutes and 30 seconds into this film. So this is your button pushing scene. And it's so incredibly intimate, where you have Dickie in a warm bath and Tom's even turning the tap on, and they have a chessboard in front of them. So they're literally playing a game.
Yeah.
In so many ways. Emotionally, psychologically, and physically playing a game of chess.
Yeah.
And Dickie's in the bath. Tom is sitting outside the tub. And oh God. Yeah, they're just playing this game. And it gets to the point where Tom kind of gets his hand and he's fiddling around in the water and says something like, "Oh, I'm a little cold.
Yeah.
Can I get in?"
Mm-hmm.
And there's this incredible pause where Dickie's looking at him and trying to suss out how serious is this guy? What are his intentions?
Yeah.
What do I do now? And Tom is kind of thinking the same thing, like, what's going to happen? What if he says yes? And of course, well, not of course, but Dickie says no, but with this look on his face.
Yeah.
Which is wonderful. And then, Tom says, "I didn't mean with you in it."
Yeah.
Which
basically is a cue for Dickie to get out of the bath, pretty much. And then that's when you see it. Yeah,
it's like an overhead shot of Dickie getting out of the bathtub and grabbing a towel, and that is where you get that shot from above.
It's wide. It's pretty dark because obviously the light's coming from the side, so it's all mostly in silhouette. But yeah, he's getting out of the bath from there, and he gets the thing. It still continues to be homoerotic at that point because Ripley's looking at him, like Tom's looking at him, and he's looking at him, and then obviously he gets caught. Again, everything he does is incredibly deliberate. So I mean, this is why he's doing it. Is either to make him slightly uneasy or to just kind of figure out the boundaries of their relationship.
The use, if you could count or take a drink every time you see a mirror in this film, you would die.
I guess, like, because, I mean, it's a little bit, yeah, it's a little
That
bit.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Duality and...
The duplicity, the duality of this. I mean, one of the best shots in the movie is of the reflection in the piano, the varnish in the piano,
Oh, yeah.
and you see, like, the vase shape, and then how, like, his both parts of themselves, like, separate from each other. So it's like he like leaves the Dickie persona behind and then kind of turns back into Thomas Ripley, which is actually quite interesting.
Minghella believed that, their relationship was more about the intoxication of friendship and intimacy rather than sexuality. And he said that if Dickie had said yes to getting in the tub with him, that Tom would have been afraid to actually do so. And he also said that the bath scene, he believes, is the most sexual that the film gets. And the tension really comes from the looks that the two men are constantly giving each other.
Yeah.
Because there's always about those glances back and forth. Yeah, because when Tom is looking at Dickie and, he's naked still, but it's from the back.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's a pretty intense moment. It's really good. But yeah. And also Minghella had said something about how if, let's say, Tom and Marge were the ones kind of having this relationship rather than him and Dickie, that the audience would be asking a little bit more, where is the sexual content? Because there isn't much of that at all.
Yeah. No,
in the film. Not. There's feet. There's sexy feet. But that's about it in terms of sex. It's all visual. It's all emotional, perceived.
Implied. Yeah.
Sexy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I think because all that Tom really wants is that connection and that affection. And I think he also hopes that it'll like grow into a physical thing. Maybe sexually, maybe not, but he doesn't really get that until that one moment later when they're in the boat.
Yeah.
Which is a tragic and intense moment.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up. Yeah, it's kind of fucked up. Yeah, sort of fucked up when that sorts of happen. Yeah. Yeah, when he hits him with it. Yeah, because when he hits him with the oar, I went, "Oar, blimey."
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a murder.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good, though. It's a good scene.
It is.
They both, during that kind of battle between each other in that little boat, they both injured themselves, and apparently Jude Law broke a rib.
Wow, okay.
Like, they really went for it.
Okay, all right. Well, there you go.
I do want to note, I wish I would know how many minutes exactly, but Philip Seymour Hoffman is only in this movie for maybe 5 minutes total. And he
probably longer than that, but it really kind of comes down to only like 4 scenes or something. And he's a background player in at least 2.
Steals it. Absolutely steals it.
He does, yeah. I mean that
incredible.
Yeah, he does what he's best known to do, which is to eat everything up like an acting unicron. He just like chews it up.
His facial expressions and the little noises that he makes, because he's just basically getting the ick every single time he sees Tom, or every time Tom does something. He's like, ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. And speaking of the ick, it's that boat scene again when Tom realizes that Dickie's over it.
Yeah.
Right? He realizes that he's over it and he's infuriated. And then when Dickie calls Tom boring, it's probably the worst offense that Tom could ever imagine.
Yeah.
And I would, if anyone ever called me boring, I would cry. I would genuinely cry.
Yeah.
Horrible thing to say
well,
to
no
somebody.
one would ever call me boring because I'm genuinely interesting. So that's
there
that.
You go. You have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, no, you're not boring either.
You've
always got something interesting to say if sometimes you say something too much.
I don't know what that means.
It means you need to stop talking sometimes. My father always told me, if you haven't got anything interesting to say, Don't say anything at all. And I lived by that. And I continue to this day. So
I mean, it's different than the adage that I learned growing up, where is if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all.
yeah, I think I was also told that too. But yes, I wouldn't say that I got an awful lot of great advice from my parents. Let's just kind of put it out that way. And yeah, you can continue to talk if you want to.
Thank you.
You're
Oh, if I
allowed
want
to.
Oh, great.
If you're allowed, yeah. Aye.
How gracious of the.
Yeah, you know, marriage.
I actually I don't have anything else to say about the movie. I just have other things about things.
Yeah, no, that's.
Do you have anything else that you
fine.
writ down?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I usually only try to like write jokes down. But here's the thing. This is one of the, because we watched Superman the other day. Is that the talented Mr. Ripley also supports the argument that wearing glasses basically makes you look like a completely different person.
But you know what? I actually don't disagree with that in a way, because glasses obscure quite a bit of your face, right? They give you a totally different look. They can change your eye shape as well. And if you change your hair up a bit, you could sometimes look totally different. Change your hair a bit, put on some glasses, and you could go a little incognito.
I think the only person that it works for, because it's obviously worked in that universe, is Superman.
Well, but those are magic glasses.
What are magic glasses?
Superman's glasses are called hypno glasses. They literally make you look different. They're magic glasses.
Right. Well, I didn't know that. I'm a comic book fan, and I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all.
I just learned that because everyone was giving James Gunn grief about it. And he goes, no, they're hypno glasses. Makes you look different.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, why didn't they explain that in the other movies? Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Nobody really cares. But yes.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Well, there you go. Look.
It worked for Tom. It worked for him.
Yeah. It was also 1950s, so I mean, you could get away with a lot more.
Yeah.
Also, like, I had major issues with Jude Law's passport photo. Like, I would have gone back and been like, no, you need to take another one of this, because that looks nothing like me. It looks like an artist rendering.
Yeah, it did. It wasn't very good.
It looked awful.
I don't think that they looked
awful.
very much alike at all.
No, that was also one of the main issues. But the thing is like, that's one of the other things as well, is that the minute he doesn't realize how easily this is going to work until he's asked if he's Dickie Greenleaf at the hotel.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, actually.
He's like, yeah, you know what? This is how this is going to work now.
I love how his vibe changes once he takes on the Dickie persona, and he's just suave and confident and...
Well, I mean, he's already got it mapped out and planned in his head.
He's just a complete psychopath.
Oh yeah, no, he's off his knocker. But the thing is that he's playing with the hand that he's been dealt, and I think he's just very good. Like, because again, he's a sociopath. He's just good at adapting to these situations. Because to me as well, like, I don't feel like this is the first time he's done this either. I feel like he's done this before.
I don't disagree with you.
Yeah, so...
Unless this is him dipping his toes into the sea of serial murder. Because it becomes a point where it is just what has to happen for him to continue living his life the way that he wants to live his life.
He wants to maintain the lifestyle.
Correct.
Yeah. Aye.
And it works in terms of the Tom Ripley of the novels, because he is a successful murderer and he just continues to get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just really good at what he does.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's so many Tom Ripley movies that are really good. They're all on the Criterion Channel right now, and I've been watching them. They're great. Yeah,
I'll get to watch that when Vendors. Well, I mean, I've seen the second portion of that other one.
Ripley's Game, the one with John Malkovich.
Yeah.
It's the same story as The American Friend, but I'm sorry, but you can't compete with a team up of Vendors and Robbie Mueller. You can't. Yeah. Why would you even try to recreate that? It's so good.
Yeah. Also,
looks amazing.
Yeah. Also, like, I mean, Malkovich is fine. I mean, Ray Winston's in it, and he's just a fucking treat.
He's amazing.
Because he's just playing Ray Winston.
It has its good stuff. I'm excited to finish that one. But The American Friend is just not, you can't compare to that. It's
like a film.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a real film. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I look forward to watching that on Tuesday.
And before we wrap up, I have one thing to say. In 2024, Far Out magazine deemed Tom Ripley as one of the 10 most accurate movie psychopaths, according to the FBI. And I just want to drop in there in terms of accolades, because I feel like maybe we haven't done one with a bunch of awards recently, but this was nominated for multiple Academy Awards, including Best Supporting Actor, Score, Production Design, Costume Design, and Adapted Screenplay. It did not win. It really lost to Cider House Rules that year, quite a bit. Interestingly enough.
What's that? Is that the Lasse Hallström movie, or is that somebody else? The Cider House Rules.
I'm trying to remember. I don't remember who directed it, but I know Michael Caine won for Best Supporting Actor over Jude Law.
Huh, interesting.
And it won for Best Adapted Screenplay. Costume Design took the award. Topsy Turvy took the Costume Design Award. And Production Design.
Oh my god, I was fucking right.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, it was Lasse Hallström.
Sleepy Hollow won for Production Design.
That's not a surprise.
I find that annoying, but oh well.
Yeah, but I mean that film looks amazing. You might not agree with its content, but Sleepy Hollow looks pretty good.
Let's jump into the ratings. Would you like to go first?
I mean, I guess so.
Do it.
For the scene, I mean, I'm gonna give it like a 3.
Sure.
It's very brief. But there's a lot of like tension and like sexual tension, and everything's kind of building and building and building, and you're just like, kiss already.
Yeah.
And then obviously he just gets out of the bath because he's uncomfortable. But yeah, no, I would give it a 3. We like a bit of gay stuff, don't we?
Oh,
on this
love
podcast.
it. Love it.
Yeah, like when a couple of guys just start like falling in love with each other, we're just
Beautiful
all over
stuff.
it. So yeah, I would give it a 3. It's probably closer to like a 2.5. It's kind of pretty much down the middle, but like for 3 because it's, you know, it's a little bit gay. So yeah,
Half star for gay. I'll just go hand in hand with you on that one, because in terms of their power dynamic and just the intimacy levels that they are not necessarily struggling with, but they're dealing with, I think it's a really important moment, because there is a point later in the movie when things start to break down between their relationship, where Tom is wearing Dickie's clothes and he's not wearing any trousers, right? He's wearing underwear.
yeah.
But he's not wearing any trousers, and Dickie tells him, like, can you just change in another room? Like, he's over it, right? But then you have this moment, which is earlier in the film, where it's so incredibly intimate and dark and cozy and comfortable. But it's like exactly where Tom wants to be, in this room with this man, this bright shining light that he has such incredible affection for and such jealousy, that the moment that he gets out of the tub, there is still that kind of that intimate moment and that connection between the two of them, even though it's a little bit uncomfortable. But I think it's a little bit of a power struggle between the two of them at that moment as well.
Yeah.
Where Dickie's an incredibly comfortable person, incredibly comfortable in his own skin. And Tom obviously is not comfortable in any way whatsoever with who he is. Who is he even? You know, I don't even think he knows who he is. So I think that's a really important moment, and it's great. It's well shot. It looks good, and I love it. How about the film?
I gave it 4. This is the first time I saw all the way through, though. Because, I mean,
Awesome.
I think, yeah, I mean, it didn't grab me. Maybe the last kind of few times I either tried to watch it or I just didn't watch it at all. Because maybe it was like, oh, it's not my cup of tea. But it's a good, like, it's got just a really good story to it. A windy story. It's kind of sociopathic. Like, everyone feels like. I mean, Christ, even Gwyneth Paltrow's actually okay in this movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know? And that's kind of hard. So, yeah, I mean, everyone plays their part. And I think, yeah, it's just a really good, interesting story. And yeah, like you said, it does look nice. John Seal did a good job of the cinematography for this. Some of the shots and the shot choices are actually quite interesting. So, yeah, no, I gave it 4 stars because it's one of those. It's one of those. I would give a good story 4 stars. It's like the Thomas Crown Affair, like the remake. That story is good enough just to be 4 stars on its own, whether or not you like the Rene Russo, Pierce Brosnan, sexy stuff in that movie. But yeah, no, I mean it's just a good fucking story. So
I gave it 4.5. And it's always interesting when you go into Letterboxd and you see a movie that you've already seen and what you thought about it last time, because the last time I watched it, I gave it 3.5. And I thought that was a huge injustice.
well, I think it's because we do find ourselves watching a hell of a lot of fucking dross. So when we do go back to these movies that we thought were mediocre, we're just kind of like, well, no, actually, that's actually pretty good.
I always liked this movie, and this was one of those early ones, you know, because I probably saw this when it came out, when my parents didn't really care what I was watching, you know, and I'm like, there is a penis in this movie, and it made an impact on me as a young person, and I like it still. I think it's a really good movie. Man, when Gwyneth Paltrow finds those rings, phew, so good.
Yeah.
It's just a fascinating story. Every single actor is absolutely killing it, and this is before a lot of these actors were actually blowing up. All of these actors now are pretty famous. Obviously, we don't have, unfortunately, Philip Seymour Hoffman anymore.
No.
But
no.
Anyway, I think everyone's great. I think the movie's really fun, and it's long. It's over 2 hours long, but it doesn't feel long.
It's interesting because it's just a good story.
Yeah,
you
I'm
know.
just in it. I'm in it the whole time. Everyone's great.
Yeah. No, I mean, I should have went to my bed, but we did finish watching it.
But yeah, 4.5. And I think all the Ripley stories are really interesting. So I think everyone should go back and watch Purple Noon and Alan De Leon, I think is his name. Beautiful man. Like, he plays the Ripley character in that original film. Awesome.
He's just an interesting literary character.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, that's the thing. He's just been very well constructed from like top to bottom. So it means that anyone can literally play him. That's the thing. Like, he's so well crafted in the books that I think anyone can play him, and the many iterations of that character are interesting.
A
So
little unconvinced by John Malkovich at this moment, but we still have maybe 45 minutes left of that Ripley's Game movie. We'll see.
the Dome of Malkovich, you are not convinced by?
I just don't. No, I don't know. We'll see.
He's like
If you want to know what I think about it, check my Letterboxd.
I don't know. I mean, Tom Ripley's like the Jack Ryan. Like, everyone's played Jack Ryan at this point. You know what I mean? That's it.
Sure.
Yeah. It was Harrison Ford for a while. Someone else played. I think fucking Chris Pine might have played him as well. Yeah, Jack Ryan. So.
And the guy, Krasinski.
John Krasinski, yeah, I think he played Jack Ryan as well. But then there's also Jack Reacher, which you don't obviously want to get mixed up with, because that was that Tom Cruise thing, and it's now a TV show with the guy who's obviously bigger than a truck, who like destroys cars. But yes.
Okay. Anything else you want to add before we wrap up?
No, I want my dinner.
Coming to you from the San Remo Jazz Festival, I have been Laura.
And I've been the talented Mr. Ryan.
That's true. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at On The Beat. We're also on Letterboxd, and you can find those links on the Instagram. And I don't know, rate us 5 stars on all your favorite podcasting apps, you guys, and enjoy Ripley summer.
Do you think this discolorization I have on my finger might be cancer?
Yes.